So, a very good afternoon to you all. Welcome to Job Grid IAS, and this is session number 25 of Mains Enrichment Program. This is session number 25 of Mains Enrichment Program. Yesterday only we have discussed about the significance and comparison between the Mesolithic paintings and the modern day paintings. We had a comprehensive discussion about the differences between the art and architecture of the modern times as well as the contemporary times, right? So now we are going to discuss one more very important question about Tandav dance, and this question is a very beautiful question that was asked in UPSC Civil Services Mains examination of 2013. We have already on a verge to complete the section of art and culture as far as the PYQ analysis is concerned, right? Then after we will discuss the concepts of world history probably by Monday, right? Probably by Monday. So what is the mandate for the day is we will discuss one more question of Indian art and culture, especially the art forms, because there is one word that is mentioned in your syllabus is Indian art forms. Clear? And yes, today is 16th of July, and I think 30 days effectively are remaining for your examination. Make your plan for 16th of August, right? Or you can make a plan till 15th of August and then make a plan for next 7 days, right? This is your responsibility. It's all your call right now, because the mains examination of 2025 is very near. Your preparation, your revision, your practice, these all verticals must be on full throttle. They must be on full throttle, right? As I told you 20 days back, the kind of strategy that you required before 40 days of the examination, then I promised you that I'll come up with kind of keywords that are required in the examination to enhance your marks in the mains examination just before 15 days of your examination, so you can feel afresh in the examination. Clear? Now, any comments? Okay, no problem. So now the question for the day is discuss the Tandav dance as recorded in early Indian inscription, and this question was asked in Civil Services Mains 2013. Right? So here we are discussing about the Tandav dance. Tandava dance. Right? Or it is popularly known as Tandav Nritya. And whenever you think about Tandav Nritya, the image of Lord Shiva appears in front of your eyes. The image of Lord Shiva appears in front of your eyes. What is the significance of Tandav dance? First of all, it is not merely a dance. It is the combination of all cosmic rhythms which are performed by Lord Shiva. Right? He is not merely dancing. Nataraj has two kind of dance forms. It has two kind of dance forms, right? So what is the representation? What is the representation? Let us suppose dance. Dance is an art. And dance is a representation of movements, body movements. Classical dance is different, right? Disco dance is different. Break dance is different, right? There are different dance forms. So Tandav dance is considered as the earliest dance forms of the human history, not merely as the Indian history, but of the human history, right? Okay. So Tandav dance, it is the earliest form of dance. Right? And now it has two subtypes. Anand Tandav Anand Tandav and Rudra Tandav. Rudra Tandava. Anand Tandav is performed by Lord Shiva when and only when he is feeling joyous. And Rudra Tandava is a form of Tandav which is done by Lord Shiva when the whole universe witness his fury. Whole universe witness his fury, right? So these are the kind of dance forms which are under the subtypes of Tandava form. Now, if you consider the concept of dance forms, as far as UPSC concerned, you will have to give the examples of various kind of inscriptions, various kind of epics, various kind of the scholars of this dance, right? So let us discuss one by one. First of all, the introduction. The Tandav dance stands one of the most iconic and powerful expressions of Indian spirituality and art, right? Often depicted as vigorous cosmic dance performed by Lord Shiva. What I was saying you, it was Tandava dance is nothing but a representation of cosmic rhythms. A representation of cosmic rhythms by Lord Shiva. A representation of cosmic rhythm by Lord Shiva. Sorry, I was about to sneeze. So now Tandav embodies the dynamic interplay of creation, preservation, and the dynamic interplay of creation, preservation, and destruction. Because Lord Shiva is considered in the trilogy of Brahma, Vishnu, and Mahesh as the destroyer of the universe, but Tandava Nat represent himself as a Nataraj. He is the supreme dancer as well as he is a supreme lover. And what Tandava dance is depicting himself, that he is the one who play with the creation, he is the one who play with the preservation, and he is the only one who is responsible for all kind of destructions, distractions. So whenever you study the Shaivism philosophy, especially the Kapalik or Nath philosophy, especially the Nath philosophy, what is the concept behind that? The entire day witness the trilogy. You wake up in the morning, the sun rises in the morning. When sun rises in the morning, the birds start chirping. They leave their nests in search of food. You leave for your office in search of your livelihood, right? Then the time of afternoon comes. Then you take lunch. You are nourishing yourself. In night you will sleep. So sleeping means you are on the hibernation mode temporarily, or temporarily you are died, right? You are not available on phone calls, you are not available in the office, right? So the early morning period represent the Brahma period, in which the creation occurs. The afternoon period represent the nurturing nature. You are nourishing yourself, right? Represent the Lord Vishnu. And the night period, the period of night, represents the end of the day, right? The end of the day, the destruction of the day. I'm not saying the day has wasted or not, but this day has gone in past. So this represents Shiva. That is a concept of trilogy. But Tandav says that Shiva is a creator, he is a nurturer, and he is as well as the greatest of all destroyers. Early Indian inscriptions and temples carvings serve as invaluable records, offering deep insights into the origins, symbolism, and enduring culture significance of this dance form. Whenever we talk about the early Indian inscriptions, take the example of Elephanta cave, take the example of these Badami caves. You will have the idols of Lord Shiva in a dance form, doing Tandav, right? Whenever you see the Chidambaram temple, even in this temple, the Lord Shiva is present in dancing form. Whenever you see the bronze idol of Nataraj, which was developed in Chola period, depicts himself as the greatest dancer, right? Depicts himself as the greatest dancer. And the word Tandav, Tandav has a root word called Tandu. The word Tandav, whenever you see the word Tandav, never consider that I am telling you these points for sake of your exam knowledge, but these are required for the examination. But we are doing the brainstorming. Otherwise, I could have given you all kind of answers in written form. Go and have a good glance of these answers and do well in an examination. No, it's not like that. This is not gonna things will happen in your mains examination, right? This is not gonna things happens in your mains examination, right? So what is my mandate is here to force you for the brainstorming, right? At least you think something, because this question was asked out of the box. You study about the temple architecture, you study about the dance, you study about the paintings, you study about the civilizations, but dance is a topic which is somehow neglected by the aspirants, right? It is neglected by the aspirants. And what will you do if this kind of question is asked in civil services mains 2025, right? So these questions are very, very important. Even the entire theme of dance have a lot of significance in your mains examination. So be clear with each and every point that is mentioned in your syllabus. That is my mandate, right? Otherwise, this question was asked in 2013, and from 2013 to 2024 these kind of questions were not repeated. But this is examination, anything can be happen. We cannot just rely on the repeated theme. Repeated theme is the part of civil services preparation. They are not the entire civil services preparation, right? They are the part of the civil services preparation. As far as mains examination is concerned, your scores will boost up if you have command on the repeated themes. But if you want to have an edge, in the mains examination, be always prepared from any kind of contingential questions, the emergency questions. In layman language, you call them the bouncers and the beamers, right? The bouncers and the beamers. Clear? So the root word of Tandav, the root word is Tandu. And what is the meaning of Tandu? The meaning of Tandu is nothing but a disciple who is learning the Tandav form. And if you have studied the ancient Indian history carefully for your mains examination, you will have a prominent name. You have heard a prominent name, and he was Bharat Muni. And Bharat Muni is a writer of Natya Shastra. He is a writer of Natya Shastra. He is the writer of Natya Shastra. Natya Shastra is written by Bharat Muni, right? So Bharat Muni written 32 books, which had 108 type of commentaries, right? And it is believed that he learned the art of dancing from Lord Shiva, right? So these are the information that is told by the ancient early ancient inscriptions. Clear? Okay. What is the origin of Indian culture? The mythological roots of Tandav are deeply embedded in Hinduism, where Lord Shiva is revered as Nataraj, the cosmic dancer. According to ancient scriptures, Shiva's Tandav is not merely a dance but a manifestation of all of universe rhythmic cycles. Universe rhythmic cycles, right? So it's a description how the universe rhythms changes, right? And Lord Shiva is best of the dancers. He is telling you through his dance forms. Clear? So this point I mentioned earlier when I started the lecture. Next is Tandava's name is believed to derive from Tandu. I mentioned this word, an attendant of Shiva, which means who is an attendant of Shiva, who is said to have instructed Bharat, the author of Natya Shastra, on the intricacies of this dance. Bharat Muni, who wrote the Natya Shastra, right? He is believed to be attendant of Lord Shiva, right? The Natya Shastra, a famous foundational treatise on performing art, discussed the 32 Angarharas and 108 Karanas dance movements, right? So what I have told you, Angaharas means 32 books and 108 Karanas means the reasons, the commentaries on those dance forms, right? Never be confused with these words in Hindi, right? You will have to write these words in their exact form, right? Angaharas and Karanas, Angaharas and Karanas. And posture associated with Tandava, underscoring its profound influence of Indian dance traditions. It's a very normal point. Next is Tandava name is believed to derive from Tandu. Okay, I have done this. What are the earliest recorded inscriptions of Tandava? Reference of Tandava appear in some of earliest Indian texts such as Taittiriya Samhita. Taittiriya Samhita was compiled in Gupta era, but it was written in the Vedic era. Taittiriya Samhita is a work of later Vedic period. Which existed from 1000 BCE to 5000 BCE to 500 or 600 BCE. Ramayana, Mahabharata, they are the greatest epics. They were compiled in Gupta era. Never be confused with the word compiled and written. Ramayana, Mahabharata written millions of years ago, right? They written thousands of years ago, but they were compiled in the Gupta era. You cannot say Valmiki and Vedvyas existed in the Gupta era. No, it's not true. It was compiled. Let us suppose I am compiling the current affairs for you. Am I the Indian Express or am I the Hindu? No. I'm a faculty, right? But I am compiling the current affairs for you from the notable newspaper that are relevant for the civil services examination, which means I am providing you the relevant information, right? So Ramayana and Mahabharata were compiled in Gupta era. Don't be confused the word between compile and writing. And various Puranas. However, it is the temple inscriptions and sculptures that provide the most tangible evidence of Tandava's prominence in early Indian culture. Notable examples are, we will discuss further. So there are certain temple inscriptions. What I told you earlier, temple inscriptions are something which are, I've given the example of cave temples of Badami and Elephanta. I've given you the example of Chidambaram and Vrihadeshwar temple of Tanjore. It has the Nataraj form of temple, Nataraj form of idol. It is located in this temple. Clear? First of all, the Ellora and Elephanta caves. These rock cut temples from the early medieval period feature intricate carvings of Shiva performing the cosmic dance, capturing the essence of Tandava in stone. So, whenever you see these diagrams, this diagram, right? These are integrated on these stones, and Lord Shiva is, sitting here or standing here in his dance form, which is known as Tandav. So, these, the specimen were engraved and they were integrated in the Ellora and Elephanta caves. These rock cut temples from early medieval period feature intricate carvings of Lord Shiva performing the cosmic dance, capturing the essence of Tandava in stone, right? Next is the Chidambaram temple. Inscriptions and sculptures at this Tamil Nadu temple. The location of this temple is in Tamil Nadu. Sorry. Tamil Nadu. Depict Shiva as Nataraj, the king of the dancers, surrounded by 108 dance poses, each symbolizing the facet of cosmic cycle. Whenever you study about the cosmic cycles, the study of the cosmos is not an easy task. Scientists around the world are still discussing or discovering the concept, the origin of the universe, the concept behind the origin of the universe. But our ancient philosophy, our ancient culture is depicting the various kind of cosmic cycles through the dance forms of Lord Shiva. And there are 108 poses. What it signifies? It signifies the 108 nakshatras. And what are nakshatras? Nakshatra are the the kind of a portal which is responsible for the birth of any certain galaxy, right? So Lord Shiva is doing this dance to explain the rhythmic cycles through his 108 forms. Okay. So this is Chidambaram temple. You can see clearly the dance form of Lord Shiva, this one. I have given you the boundaries. I hope it is visible to you. Next is Gupta and Chola period inscriptions. Gupta era records highlight the Tandav as a symbol of cosmic balance, while Chola inscriptions emphasize central role in temple rituals and spiritual practice. What I have told you, the Brihadeshwar temple Tanjore, which was constructed by Raja Raj first. He was the greatest of one of the greatest Chola ruler, right? The Brihadeshwar temple of Tanjore, it is located in Tamil Nadu. It is also depicting the Tandav form of Lord Shiva, and that is the reason the Gupta inscriptions and the Chola inscriptions are marked by the significant contribution of this art, is this particular art. Clear? So these inscriptions not only document the dance but also shape the interpretation as a deeply spiritual and philosophical practice integral to temple worship and community life. Let us suppose why this line is very, very important. Read the line again carefully. These inscriptions not only document the dance, also they are not merely documenting the dance but also shape the interpretation as a deeply spiritual and philosophical practice, because the dance form of Shiva is not merely a dance form, it is not merely a physical exercise, it signifies its philosophical and spiritual important. Let us take an example of Rudra Tandav, when Shiva becomes angry. So when Shiva becomes angry, he is responsible. He's a very, very brutal, destructive force. Right? So Shiva can do anything. When he is happy, he performs Ananda Tandav. All the dance forms are same. But it is the emotion of Lord Shiva. It is the spiritual state of Lord Shiva, right? Whenever you study about the Nath Sampradaya, they are the ardent followers of Lord Shiva. They always pray for joy and happiness, but in a rude manner. That is the reason they always upvote the Rudra Tandav, the concept of Rudra Tandav. Whenever you see the any normal Shaivism philosophy, they always say, even in the Vaishnavism philosophy, they always depict that because of the sermons of Lord Krishna, the sermons of Lord Krishna to Arjun in the battle of Mahabharata, Lord Krishna became so happy that he started doing Tandav. So he was happy, and that is why he was doing Tandav, and that is known as the Anand Tandav. So it has a very good spiritual significance as well as a philosophical significance, right? At the end of the session, we will discuss the conclusion. The enduring culture and spiritual significance of the Tandav dance is vividly revealed through early Indian inscriptions and temple art. These ancient records not only preserve the memory of Shiva's cosmic dance, but also illuminate the profound impact on Indian philosophy, ritual, and artistic expression. I have discussed all these points in detail. Right? Through centuries, Tandava has remained a symbol of eternal cycles that govern the universe, a testament of the power and of art and expressing the deepest truth of existence. So this is, you will have to write in conclusion, because this question was, I've discussed in vast, I've discussed this question in detail. You can pick this content and you can put or design or construct a 150 word question answer as well as a 250 word answer. Right? Let me remind you again, in the mains examination, you will have 3 hours, 180 minutes, and you will have 20 questions. Each question requires 9 minutes, and that's a wrong concept. Do not practice like you are writing an answer within 9 minutes. Your 250 word limit question or a 15 marker question must be written within 7 minutes, so that you can analyze the paper, you can reread the questions again and again, and you can understand the question and the demand of the question and answer as per the demand, and ace your marks in the mains examination, right? So let me see your comments if anybody is there. Any doubts? Okay. So from Monday onwards, we will discuss questions of world geography. Then we will discuss the questions of post-Indian independence, and we will try to discuss more than one questions in one single session, so that our 6 sessions can be longer. But my mandate is very simple. My mandate is to provide you the quality of content, not the quantity of content. Earlier I was thinking to provide you 2 questions of a day, but not in this case, because I have to elaborate a lot of points. I have to show you the diagrams and a lot of things, right? So there is a limitation, there is a time limitation also. Clear? If you have any doubts, you can ask. One more thing, yes, there is a confusion between 2 books. One is the NCERT, old NCERT of fine arts, and the book of Nitin Singhania sir. I think if you are studying the book of Nitin Singhania sir, it's a brilliant book of Indian art and culture. You don't need to study the NCERT. Nitin Singhania, Indian art and culture by Nitin Singhania sir, is a very much updated book. I have one book, right, in our library, and it is completely updated as per the demand of the exam. New chapters have been added also, right? So whenever you buy this book, always buy the latest edition, right? No, this question is from the Indian art. Indian art forms. Recently we have discussed the question from heritage. I think day before yesterday we discussed one question from Indian heritage, right? So if you have any doubts, you can ask me, right? For more information, you can subscribe the JobGrade IS channel. You can download the app. You can as per your demand, you can subscribe the Ignite Foundation batch of UPSC 2026, right? So this was all from my side. I'll see you again. Have a nice day. Thank you.